Opportunity beckons. Who am... Is that blade for hire, perchance? Because I have a mind to make a killing.
Figuratively, I hope.
Well, yes and no. A passing caravan carried with it a rumor most fortuitous for one in my trade, that an elder Dread Evis had been sighted in the fields of... Dread Evis are aggressive beasts. Compelled as they are to acts of violence, few survive to maturity. But those that do develop a hide.
A hide you want to sell?
Eventually, yes. Though I would have it tanned first that it might be crafted into marvels the likes of which the world has never seen. Dread Evis skin is a rare thing indeed. But the worked hide of a well-aged beast... Now, that would fetch such coin that Gilbert himself bring me that beast's skin, and I will share with you the bounty.
All right. I'll hunt you.
Of course you will. Leave Tabor through the east gate, but take... I eagerly await your safe and above...
Here's the scraps you're on.
Thank you for the deer leg, mister. Mummy made a pottage from it.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts for being on edge.
You! Finally. No one.
Is something wrong?
At the university, the students would hang on my every word.
The university? You're
A specialist in ancient cultures, the most accomplished in all Valisthea. In my heyday, no obstacle could have kept me from the answers I seek lying just beyond. Would you do an old man a kindness and brave the stairs in my stead?
Climb the stairs.
And memorize a few inscriptions. Some... Three of them, to be precise. I'm here, in the... namely...
I can't promise I'll remember everything.
Remember what you can.
How are those new boots treating you?
They're fantastic. Soft as phoenix down, but tough as boiled bone.
That Cyril fellow's an odd fish, don't you think?
Well, scholarly thoughts like...
No history would be complete without mention of the mother crystals.
Why won't the sky go back to how it was? I don't like it.
Nor do I, dearie. So it's these stones to canva, and the rest of the boxes to...
And a scratch on them. Have you noticed the elder has been coughing less?
What golden plains might the wanderers have called home, I wonder?
Mummy made a pottage from it.
Sounds delicious. Perhaps she'll invite me round to try it next time.
Decent quarry's been hard to find since the sky's turned.
It has indeed. Can't blame the beasts.
Farmers must have settled here in Tabor. I should speak to the old scholar. before I forget everything I've read. The engravings were in good repair, considering their age.
Oh, what that I could have seen. Come, don't tease me now. What did you... let's start with the engraving to the south.
Guardians of the Crystal, the first stones of Tabor, sacred hold thy noble blood, till ends the mother. I'm pretty sure that was it.
Fascinating. It would seem the founders of this city were descendants of those fallen. But whatever could have driven the Guardians so far from their the engraving...
Wanderers of the Golden Plains, lay your roots in stone. With pride recall thy noble past, and make these rocks a home. Or, I think that was it.
No doubt you're right. There are vestiges of nomadic customs in Tabor. Its guardian roots could never account. This is proving most enlightening.
Children of the hunters, now tillers of the land, reap her promised blessing and give praise her gracious hand. That's all three.
And so, we add primitive farmers to Tabor's founding peoples, the final piece of the puzzle. 3 engravings, one for each of the 3 peoples to have settled Tabor in ancient times. Guardians of the Mother Crystal, wanderers from across the plains, and little wonder it was so difficult to trace the roots of Tabor's culture. Those roots reach down through 3... Nonetheless, one cannot help but wonder why this fact is not...
Too many stairs, perhaps.
Ha! Too many by far. Here, and thank...
The bandits may be no more, but look what they've left us with. Have a hard time putting it.
Mummy, are the bad men going to come back?
The gentlemen of the town.
You wouldn't happen to know.
Company.
Caution, brother.
You deserve a rest. Old he may be, but it looks like there's still plenty of fight in him yet. Nice try. Nice try. Over here! This thing reeks. The sooner it's off my hands, the better. Here's your hide, as requested.
I worried you might never return. Quickly, let me see it. Oh, as supple as a maiden's cheek. Clearly, my trust in you was not misplaced. You must be a hunter of considerable join me as my honored partner. With my means and your might...
I don't plan on making a habit of this. I'm busy.
Very well. Though I believe fate had a hand in our meeting, it would be unbecoming. Do not allow me to keep you from being about your business. Here.
Cyril. How fares the search?
Well, Your Grace, my report shall be with you ere long.
Ah, yes. Yotei is otherwise engaged, at my behest.
And the duty of wardenship?
Fulfilled. For as you see, I've been reunited with my first shield.
I am Cyril, Knight of the Undying and bearer of the Burning Quill, charged with chronicling the mortal deeds of His Grace, Joshua Rosfield, Keeper of the Flame of the Phoenix, and rightful Archduke of Rosaria.
I entrusted Cyril here with overseeing the investigation into Ultima's origins. Findings from his brothers and sisters afield are delivered here to be collated and catalogued.
Just how many Undying are there?
Not nearly enough, milady. Yet we are glad to give our all in service to the Phoenix. Such is, and has ever been, our creed.
I see.
You have your associates, I have mine. But you may now think of them as ours. That won't be a problem, will it?
The Phoenix is our sun, and we but the shadows that quicken in his radiance. It is from the darkness that we serve, both him and now you. Pray accept this token. For as long as you bear it, members of our... if there is nothing further.
No. You are dismissed.
Your Grace.
To Canva, then.
We'll talk about this later. Cyril seemed very, You certainly keep strange bedfellows, Joshua.
Ah, Lord Rosfield. I'm afraid I cannot stay to talk. I must leave to collect the reports of our spies in the field. Now that you wear them.
Come on. Orcs.
Then let us be rid of them.
This might take a while.
Clive. Smoke.
Is the city fallen?
The free men are still holding their own, then.
Do we have any idea where Gav and the others might be?
There's a warehouse near the docks where we agreed to meet if there was any trouble. We should hurry.
What's happened?
If we're going to do this, we'll need help.
Clive, your timing, it just so happens that right at this very moment.
And what talents would those...
Why, your fearlessness and your skill.
I'm listening.
Well, as I'm sure you're aware, when these dark skies swept over the Republic, so too did a wave of chaos and confusion. Randalar has been particularly badly affected. Many of the capital's bearers have lost their masters, or taken the opportunity. None remain free for long, of course. Most find themselves under the protection. But the army too is in disarray, and finds itself unable to provide for its new charges. Which means it has been looking to set...
And you've been looking to buy, to make sure these masters...
Precisely. It's the perfect opportunity to free dozens...
So where does my skill with a blade...
Though we may have the funds to buy these bearers, we have nowhere to so we've been searching for a place where they can be resettled. Somewhere far from... And we believe we have found one. The place was abandoned a long time ago.
And so we seek the aid of a fearless swordsman to...
How could I refuse?
Excellent. Theo, if you wouldn't mind making arrangements for...
Of course.
Sounds like you'll have your work cut out.
I will. We have an entire village to stock and furnish. Even if I begin right now, I'll be working day. So I'd better get started. Try to clear the place out before the wagon.
I'll do my best.
You will find a village in Chadra's Thread, past Lateney's Cleft. My man there will open the gate for you.
All right.
I'm sure you won't need it.
Faster!
Must have been a nice place once.
It will be again. This one.
I think that's the last of them.
Something the matter, Theod? Quiet.
Those are our terms. I trust that you...
I shall.
Him again.
Someone you know?
Yes. But enough about him.
It's done. The village is safe.
You made quick work of it.
I should go and let Eloise know.
Don't let me keep you. But Clive, don't tell her she'll only get upset. I'll explain everything once you've finished.
All right. Eloise, I just got back from Cashlock. The village should be safe.
Thank you, Clive. Here, something for your trouble. Well then, now that you have laid the groundwork for our little project, I suppose we'd better finish the job. The first thing we'll need to do is make sure our...
You're still in negotiations?
We are. A trusted colleague has been dealing with the Fist on our behalf, but I suppose it's to be expected. This is the army we're dealing with. Fighting's what they do, but we shall emerge victorious in the end.
Well, if you need...
I'm not sure I do, but thank...
Ah, Clive.
You wanted to talk?
The man I was watching earlier, the one speaking, he represents the Silver Peak Consortium.
I don't think I've heard of them.
Well, every trader in Dharmekia has. They operate across, and they're still expanding. They've been trying to get Eloise to join their ranks for some time now. And judging by her reaction earlier, I'd say she had half a mind to accept.
And you'd rather she didn't?
I would rather she did what makes her happy. And I would never deny her such an opportunity. Eloise saved me from slavery, and we have striven to save others like me ever since. But this was not the life my sister wanted, nor the one she deserves. I won't let her give up on her dreams again. She freed me from my bonds, and she must be freed from her.
You're a good man, Theo.
I have always been grateful for what my sister did, and I want to repay the favor. By letting her live. But each time an opportunity to do just that arises, she turns it down. For my sake.
She loves you.
And I love her. Which is why I want this time to be different. Though I'm sure I'll still need some help from time to...
Always.
Thank you, Clive. Well then, I had bet these bearers aren't going to move them. That's a job for the Crimson...
I'll be taking you all to a storehouse in the Bales. Leave anything you don't need behind.
You know what you have to do. Clive, I fear that, as you know, our time grows short. The Lord Chief... Before we part, I want you to know that, though I may not always have been your most vocal ally...
Thank you. I appreciate the sentiment. And his revenge.
It is the one I found, and it is all that I have lived for since that day.
But what of Lostwing?
I built Lostwing to achieve this aim. Once it is done, the village will have served its purpose. My comrades and I are sure of our cause, and we shall fight to the last. But there are those among us who cannot fight. I would place Lostwing in their hands, if I thought it would. But a village home only to the frail and the infirm is not likely to stay. And so, Clive, I find... Will you take them to your hideaway? That they might live, even should Lostwing die.
I will.
Thank you. I will not have it said that I did not see to the well-being of those... The people I speak of have withdrawn to Gotan's Bales, away from danger in case the Black Sheep...
Understood. I'll make sure they...
Then the last of my preparations are complete. Fare you well, and may Griga guide us. All of us.
Come. My brother, we are awaited in Gotan's Bales.
Run like the wind. I can walk from here. Everyone, Quentin has asked that you come with me. He can no longer guarantee your protection, but I can. There's a safe place I can take you to.
Well, if that's what the Master thinks best. Sid, none of us would be standing here today if it weren't for Master Quentin. We owe him our lives. So we ain't about to start telling him what he should do with his. If he's saying we ain't safe in Lost Wing no more, it's 'cause he ain't coming back. And if that's what has to happen, then so be it. I only hope he can see this through to the end, that we get to see justice done.
I hope so too.
Oi! You lot! Where's everyone else? They ain't already left, have they?
They've gone with Master Quentin.
Fuck! Fuck! Fuck!
What's wrong?
I've just come from the Justice's manor. We have to get Quentin to call off the attack. It ain't just the Black Shields protecting the place. He's got a guard dog and all. A fucking monster. They don't stand a chance against that thing. If I don't get the message, they're all gonna fucking die.
No. We can't. Sid! Don't worry about us. We can't let Quentin die.
All right. I'll do what I can. Where is this manor?
It's way over to the east, through the woods. Heavenhall, he calls it.
Promise us, Sid. Promise us you'll do what you can.
Ready, go?
Company. We're not alone.
All right.
Right. Look.
No. Don't tell me we're too late. Quentin, are you all right?
No. But I am alive, which is more than I can say for my comrades. They followed me, without question, all the way here.
This must be the guard dog, Quentin. I'll hold it off. You go.
But
your comrades didn't die for nothing. Don't let their sacrifice be in...
I won't.
Come on, then.
That's his normal guard dog.
No. Just a rabbit beast that needs to be run down. If only we'd arrived earlier. Is it over?
It is. He wept and begged for mercy. And I cut him from ear to ear, just as I dreamed of doing all these years. All my plans, building a haven in Lostwing, freeing bearers from their chains and it was all for this. But what is this? Justice, my faithful comrades. All those lives lost, so that I might take another.
Quentin.
Master Quentin! Oh, thank Grieger you're safe.
You're alive.
And so are you. I'm so sorry. And I hate to say it, but there's more bad. It's Lostwing.
What? Lostwing. My Lostwing.
And look who's here.
They must have stolen in after we left, just before the flood struck. What if there are still people in there?
Don't be a fool! Damn it. Quentin's not going to last long in there.
Can we finish this quickly?
This one.
Ah!
I need to get back to Quentin. Quentin! Quentin! Look at me! Thank the Founder. He hasn't turned. Welcome back to the land of the living.
Is Lostwing?
The flood has filled the valley.
I see. Then all is at an end. A strange way to achieve...
No, Master Quentin. Save your strength.
Why? All that I strove for is gone. Only I have nothing left to...
What the heck are you on about? You've got us, ain't you? Don't try telling me you're only freed us so you could get revenge. We're more than that to you, and we all know...
I thought you weren't coming back, but I prayed, and you did. There's got to be a reason. Can't we just go back to how it was? You know, you looking after us all.
Your work ain't over yet, Master Quentin. We believed that you were the right man to...
Your village may be lost, but it seems your people aren't, so long as you remain to guide them.
But why? After what why would anyone...
Because we're family, aren't we?
Family?
Yeah, and all our comrades who went with you. Lostwing weren't just a village.
It was. And as long as
we can start again. Build a new Lostwing, right here in the Bales.
A fresh start. One life ends, and another begins. Why, just a village. What's to stop it?
That's the Master Quentin.
Please. I am no, but Quentin will suffice. After all, we are family. Permit me to withdraw my request. I will no longer be needing your help in looking after my people.
I'll pretend you never asked.
But you must be rewarded for your efforts on our behalf.
A bottle or two of your finest red will suffice.
Of course. Nothing but the... And I have a feeling that this year's vintage will be... If you don't mind waiting.
I look forward to it.
Clive.
Oh?
You remember how some of Sir Wade's guardians took up residence here after the... Well, now the rest have come to join him. Seems their barracks in the last... Now, I don't mind having a few more brave boys around to keep them animals at bay. I ain't daft, but we ain't got nowhere for 'em to bed down. Poor buggers are having to make do with haylofts and chocobo pens. I'd build 'em a new barracks here, but where would I put 'em? They're just in... Which leaves us in a bit of a pickle. The people we're counting on to keep us safe are living like...
I see.
And it isn't just that lot. There's bears to think about too. There's been more and more of them turning up lately, coming from all over, look, but there's only so many we can shelter with the room. We can't keep cramming more and more people into less and less space. And that's what I was hoping you might help me with. If it ain't too much of a burden, of course.
It's no burden.
Thank you, Clive.
So, where were you thinking of making this new...
Well, I reckon we could do a lot worse than
Eastpool. It's been a long time since I thought about...
It was a tragedy. And if any of us could have done any... But what's done is done. And those who lived there...
I suppose you...
The blight might be pressing in, but I reckon there's just one problem. A band of cutthroats have made it their den. And they don't... Nasty bastards they are too. I've lost... Would have sent someone to clear them out sooner, if my boys... But now we've got a few more guardians of the flame to call on.
I do. Eastpool was once home to people I loved.
And I know... I've already shared a few thoughts with someone, and I dare say he's...
Of course.
Back to Eastpool, then.
Not just yet. Let's hear Wade's plan first. So, Wade.
And you, Lord Rosfield.
I spoke with Martha. She tells me you have plans to free Eastpool and make it your own.
That's right. Though it was... I rather fear my men have been treading on... And then there are the bearers. Men and women. We need somewhere to settle them.
As can I, which is why I agree.
That's very kind of you. With you beside us, we...
So?
That thankfully there aren't too many of them. And rather less, thankfully. A small force would suffice to clear the village. But if the...
I'll head into Eastpool. You and the Guardians can stay outside the village and fend off... Make sure I'm not taken.
I can't ask you to bear all that risk.
The Akashic are the bigger risk.
Well, I shall summon my men at once.
Shall I wait for you here?
No need, my lord. You...
All right.
We shall see you there.
Who the hell are you? Kill them! You will leave this place.
Or face the consequences. That's the end of that, then. Or maybe not. What's that thing doing here? Doesn't matter. It goes too. Any more surprises? I'll take that as a no.
Bravo. A magnificent display, my lord.
You were watching? I thought you were keeping an eye out for a cache.
We were. Put down more than a few on the road, then arrived just in time to see you...
Let's hope it was the last of its kind. Though I expect you and the Guardians will be up to the challenge.
I would hope so, my lord.
Your men will be bringing the bearers who'll be living here, right? It might be best to send word for them to come right away. Before it...
Of course. I'll send orders for them to depart. Leave it with me.
Home. Without masters.
No. We're the masters now. Our lives are our own at last.
That's all of them. And not a single Akashek in sight. Now to begin the important work of rebuilding. It won't be easy. Especially not after 5 years of beasts, and the masonry might still be sturdy enough, but half the beams are rotted. It'll take a bit of elbow grease. But
so wait. Lady Hannah, if you don't mind, I'd like Oscar to join the rebuild.
Of course.
I'll let Martha know that everyone arrived. If you need anything more...
And we will, my...
Eastpool lives again.
Let's go and tell Martha the good news.
There, Sir Wade told me you got rid of the ban. What's all this about? Some shape-shifting? On second thoughts, don't tell me. It'll only give me nightmares of me own.
I suppose it will be.
What else? Sir Wade said it better. There's plenty bad happened to that place. But that don't...
Did Wade say that?
Well, something up. Anyway, the poor souls might have made it to Eastpool. But the way I see it, not if it's food or lumber...
Thank you, Martha.
No, thank you.
I wanted to.